Okay, Isaac, I think we're at a good transitioning point to get back into the presentation. So let's take a look at some of the work order processing tools and maybe even the custom product creation tools that Junior was talking about.
Okay. So what we're going to talk about here is basically the next step. So Microvellum gives us all the tools to be able to draft and draw and engineer inside the AutoCAD environment. But taking this data to the shop is really the next power that we have to work with here. When creating a work order, we can select to do this directly from the drawing. So you can see here we just window the drawings and pull this data in. Meant to pause that right there. Basically what we have is when we are setting data to the shop, we can choose to do this by product, by room, by project, or by multiple projects, or we can a la carte choose to do that in different ways. We can do various portions of multiple projects if we want. However we wish to batch this data together though, we go ahead and we do that, and that gives us the ability to send this into a work order database, which then can be processed and is ready for reporting. As you can see here, we can choose from multiple projects. I'm just going to process this one project though, just for the sake of showing you how that works. Once a work order is created, we open what's called the Processing Center. This gives us access to see all of the parts that are in the current work order based on the products that we just processed. And the next step is going to give us the ability to choose to send this to our shop in the workflow that makes sense for the way we do things. So when it comes to sending data to the shop, we want to be able to control nest or single part G-code, or maybe it's just reports. Maybe we're running a shop like Fox Woodworking where we're doing it by hand. Either way, the manufacturing side of this is going to allow us to create parts the way that we want and send them through a shop the way we want. We can choose to select processing stations, as you see on the lower left here, which really are your machines. If you have Wikis or Comos or Andersons or whatever brand machines you work with, you can assign parts to those machines. Or we can use something that's called rules, which allows us to assign rules to certain machines. So for instance here, all my parts with no machining would go to my saw, and all my parts with machining face machine would go to my nest. This allows me to then choose the flow of data through my shop. With Microvellum, we also have a full reporting engine that's pre-built in, not only to view reports, but also to edit and create your own reports. There's an array of reports already available in the system, but you may want to customize them, put your own logos, or you may want to customize the data that you're actually going to see on the reports so that it works better for your shop or for your shipping departments, or for purchasing if that, for that matter. All of these reports can be printed in standard format, or you can save them as XML, XLS, HTML, whatever format you wish. And you can see here, this is an optimization report, and take note of that last screen you see there. We're going to go ahead and we're actually going to edit the nest data for this product. When you've processed a report and you process code, we create both the composite nest drawing, which is the AutoCAD-based drawing for the nest that we have processed and optimized, as well as the G-code. So we can use simple AutoCAD controls to move parts around, make adjustments. You may have a reason for adjusting our optimization, and that's perfectly fine. It's just AutoCAD data. All the data is held in the layers, much like a DXF. You move the data around, adjust it as necessary. As you can see here is a need to, I may have forgotten that I needed to put in a couple holes in this door for whatever reason they may be. We can use AutoCAD controls just to draw circles, rectangles, polylines, any shape really we want. Choose tooling from our list of tools that are on our machines, and then assign those to the operations on screen. Controls for adjusting tool comp, depth, and so forth. Once we're done, we simply update the G-code. Not only updates the physical G-code file, we're going to go back and we're going to look at the report, and we'll see the nest optimization report is back using exactly what we had said for it to do. The report is dynamic, so whatever gets sent to the shop will match the report and also will match the labels. Through here we have our product labels that gives the ability to send custom data and instructions to the shop and all the information that may be necessary to make sure that these are properly labeled and ready for shipping, as well as part labels so that we can properly tag things, know where edge banding is, being able to send again additional instructions, information, so that everything is tracked through the shop properly and no parts get lost is the ultimate goal. That's the basic process through the going through from drafting to engineering, but there may be needs to make custom changes. So it's a couple tools. So for instance, our single part editing tools gives us the ability to make quick one-off changes to parts on the fly. So I've determined that I needed a place for mice to go hide in this cabinet. So I'm going to go ahead and create a little mouse hole here. Very quickly, again, just using AutoCAD controls, you can choose to add geometry and lines that will create the geometry you want to be able to cut out a hole, to make an adjustment, to move machining. All this data is based on layer information, and I'm just using simple AutoCAD controls here to create this route line the way I want it, and then choose the tool I want, a depth, tool compensation, whatever it is I need to do, and then choose that tool, and I can very quickly take that, update it to my 3D drawing, and again, what you see is what you get. So if it draws correctly in 3D, then I'm going to get a little mouse hole there, and I can send that out to the shop, and that's what's going to be manufactured and assembled. It's a very quick way to create manufacturable data without having to do any custom stuff on the side. It's just all in screen and very simple to get to. Okay. Next one here is we're going to start talking about custom products. There's a library of carcasses and products in the program that allow you to accomplish what you want, but there's different levels of custom products. And the first one we're going to talk about is cabinet components and what we call subassembly inserts. These allow us to quickly create products basically using insert data that by way of an open product. So we have products that have base uppers and talls and so forth. Basically, I'm going to build a tall cabinet here, and it's undefined in the sense of what's inside of it. It's just open, and I can allow it to plug and play different modules inside of it. As you can see, there's different options available. We can do flip-up doors, we have double door drawers, all kinds of options and inserts that can go behind your front options. So very quickly you can come through and, again, I'm going to use that word kind of a la carte, choose how you want this product to go together, controls over each opening height, what's in each opening, and allows us to very quickly create a one-off cabinet product that does not exist in our library. A product like this, when this is done drawing, in the past would probably be a combination of 3 or 4 products that you might just combine together and decide I'm going to make separate cabinets out of and just place them on top of each other, post-slam or whatever, and no one will know the difference. But this allows us to create a single product that can come together very easily and be available. And all these components can be swapped out at any time. This product remains parametric, meaning that if we need to adjust the size after the fact, it can be adjusted and very easily be modified without having to make any custom modifications and manually move parts. It all works together. Okay. Next one we're going to get into is another custom product is DIEWALLS, or pretty much any extruded product. As you see here, there's this note of 70% faster. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. But basically, the way that we have done to do drywalls, we're going to do 2 little short videos here. The first one is just a quick showing of how a drywall can be created using a construction path and a 2D cross-section using information that's assigned to the layers. We use this product called Extruded Product Builder to very quickly assign that cross-section and be able to make a couple products here that go together to make a very nice reception desk for a facility. And as you can see here, you can see all the parts, all the geometry, all the machining is already applied, and everything's taken care of for you. So pretty cool tool available there. And we're going to show you how that actually can be done from scratch. So within AutoCAD, we have the ability to just draw rectangles to denote cross-sections of parts, whether it's a vertical entity or a horizontal entity, one that's going to be extruded. Have the ability to put in cutouts, whatever we want. That's just all being drawn with AutoCAD. There is nothing fancy here going on. Well, I mean, it's kind of fancy, but there's nothing fancy in the sense of how you draw. It's just using standard AutoCAD controls. Here we're assigning layers to each one of these, and these layers are ones that you actually build into the program that you say certain layers have certain rules applied to them. But you can see that dynamically we're able to make adjustments to the product, and live in this drawing you're seeing those update. What you can see here, we're going to go ahead and stretch this entity, and as quick as you stretch it, it actually goes ahead and updates, very quickly creates that, and you can just, as you're going, build this, adjust it, construct it, and do what makes sense to you and what you need for your product. And it's all based off of that construction path and that cross-section. So a pretty cool little feature there. Okay, so let's see here. The next one we're going to get into is architectural drawing. So we had a customer challenge us. A Microvellum customer was using this extruded product builder when it was in its infancy a couple of years ago, or about a year ago, and was wanting to see if we could build this product here. So we were sent this set of architectural drawings, and using just AutoCAD and tracing these lines or extracting these lines, we were able to create cross-sections of the availability of the data from the architect. Once we took that data and figured out the path necessary for it, we're able to actually build this with Extruded Product Builder to actually get all the data necessary to bring that into real life. And what you're seeing here is sped up slightly, but in all honesty, maybe only about 30%. That is about standard speed of being able to draw those products. It all happens very quickly. So very cool tool. So you can see here why we have our users saying that on average there's about 70% faster creation of extruded products versus their current methods, whether that be working with cardboard on a floor or working with AutoCAD by hand. It's a much quicker way to get to the manufacturing and reporting process. So another tool in the toolbox is solid model editing, or solid model analyzing, we call it. This is a concept to be able to address the changes in the industry as far as solid modeling is concerned. More and more in schools, students are being taught solid editing along with drafting, but solid editing and solid modeling tools like Google SketchUp and SolidWorks and so forth give you another option to create products with solids. But how do you get those into a manufacturing environment other than manually hand billing these? Solid Model Analyzer gives us the ability to scan products that are in a solid form and be able to convert those into manufacturing data. And that's what you're seeing happen here, is actually taking solid products that were designed in other softwares and bringing them into Microvellum and AutoCAD. And as long as they can be imported into an AutoCAD drawing and they are solid layers, each part individually, we can actually scan that data and it becomes manufacturable data, as you can see here. So we're able to take such things as, well, really anything that's in a solid format and convert into data, and it's linked to your product library and your material library so that the program knows where to, what materials to assign, thicknesses and variables and so forth. So pretty cool little tool we have here called Solid Model Analyzer. Again, we can do the heavy lifting and turn these products into shop-ready manufacturing very quickly. And there you go. So there's another example here in this little video we'll show you here. It's I'm not really sure what this is. It might be for like a Star Wars thing, but nonetheless, kind of shows you a complex 3D product that we're able to scan and pull into the software. And again, something that to manufacture like this would be a complex product, to say the least, to be able to deal with if it wasn't for a software like Microvellum to be able to pick that up and scan it, actually turn it into manufacturable data. And as you can see here, we're able to make an optimized nest off of these parts, send it all down to the shop, and be ready for assembly. Okay, so those are some of the cool tools we have available in Toolbox. There is a lot more, as Clay mentioned early on. We're going to show you just a few of what the options we have. There's a lot more involved, and we'd love to show you more at a different time. But for now, I do want to show you one other product we do have in our library of data. This is a new design solution that's available. We've had it on the market for a little while. It's called Fluid Designer. This gives you the ability to basically do quick presentation quality rendering in a very fast amount of time. Sales are often won or lost in the first few minutes, and car salesmen will be the first ones to tell you that. But basically this product gives us the ability to drag and drop components into a screen and then very quickly create a photorealistic rendering of those. Oh, did not mean to go forward. My apologies, everyone. I am not a PowerPoint wizard. I am a simple Microvellum engineer. Okay. So anyway, so as far as this data is concerned, I'll just pause it right there for the moment. We can see how this can be used to very quickly in front of a client create an actual drawing of a kitchen, a bathroom, or a closet, and be able to get their approval. Sometimes it can be difficult for someone to be able to translate or understand the idea or design that you're trying to express to them. This gives you a 3D environment which is very simple to understand, and it comes with all this industry standard brands of appliances and fixtures and components and room components that you would need to be able to properly show a customer. With a product like this, being able to do this all in a render quality 3D drawing in only a few minutes, really you should no longer need to ask your client to wait 24 or 48 hours for them to get a high quality AutoCAD rendering. Now it doesn't mean that you can't use AutoCAD. We still support AutoCAD rendering, but it's just another tool in the toolbox that allows you to be able to go ahead and basically get you in front of a customer quicker and taken care of faster. We also have available to us within Fluid is the ability to use this as a powerful sales tool and a customizable option for your shop. Basically what we have here is an example of a customer that took this product and built in their own custom library. The user interface and everything you see here can all be customized. This is using a Blender software which allows this user to go ahead and in front of a customer create and customize and design custom doors, find what the customer wants, create a 3D rendering, and be able to present that to them quickly to see if that's what they're going to want for their facility. So as you can see, a nice high quality 3D rendering that's available to your customer. Again, just another powerful sales tool available for you. And finally, I'll just go ahead and show you the last thing. This is just real quick. Fluid Design also has a closet option built into it. So not only kitchens and bathrooms, but also a closet available here that you can go in, very quickly be able to add in controls. As you can see, there's a menu of options up above to select from various closet openings, and be able to adjust these on the fly just with either drag bars or by typing in exact values. Again, this user interface is completely customizable. You can build it the way you want, and you're, again, virtually seeing this in live action as far as the way this is being done. Pick and choose components, basically fill in the blanks. Nice and simple, choose where it goes, and select that option, and then go on to your next component. You can very quickly build a nice cabinet, or a nice closet, and be able to have customer approval of that. And again, if you wish to do a 3D rendering of this in this environment, so that very easily they can get the concept of what you're trying to sell them and approve that, so you guys can get to engineering and working on it. But that pretty much covers this, Clay, from start to finish of what we wanted to cover today. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Isaac, for taking us through that. And like was mentioned several times, this was just a short presentation. But I hope you would agree that Microvellum provides a solution that is as simple or as advanced as you need it to be. So whether you're a small company in the kitchen and bath space, or maybe even a large commercial manufacturer like Mission Bell with several CNC machines, our solution can definitely benefit shops of all types. We offer solutions that are built on industry standard platforms like AutoCAD and Excel and other Microsoft products, but tools that are commonly used by architects and engineers and even taught in schools. Our solution can definitely help your company grow, not only in terms of the software functionality and benefits that you'll get in the shop, but also in terms of your product offering, allowing you to expand beyond just simple cabinetry, as some of the demonstrations you saw here today, into complicated fixtures and even custom items. We are a company that is driven by customer feedback, and we are constantly innovating. Our product offering and our roadmap goes beyond what you saw today, beyond design and engineering. We are expanding into scheduling and purchasing, inventory control, time tracking, and more. But if you want to learn more about Microvellum and maybe expand on some of the things that you saw, we can definitely help you with that. And so please take a few minutes as you exit this webinar to fill out that exit survey, and someone from our team will contact you and set up that customized, tailored demonstration to suit your needs. And so finally, in closing here, one last thing before we hand it back to Amanda. If you already have Microvellum software, or you're looking to replace existing software, I would like to just let you know of one thing that we have coming up here in April, and that is our user group and training event happening in April 27th through 28th here in Oregon. It's a great opportunity to learn from people that are longtime users, like Junior from Mission Bell and others like him, as well as from our team of developers and technicians that will be attending. So if you want to learn more about that event, you can visit our website at microvellum.com or contact us directly. So I think that wraps it up for our side, Amanda. So I think I'll hand it back to you.
Right, thank you, Clay, and thanks to everyone who presented. That was very informative. I hope that the listeners also found it to be value for you and your business. Earlier, I highlighted some of the CMA's membership benefits. Let me share one more way you can connect with the CMA. Our events allow you to network face-to-face with other cabinet makers, as well as get an inside glimpse of other cabinet shops. We have one coming up in Northern California, May 3 to 4, and it will include a tour of Mission Bell as well as a seminar on Microvellum, so you can learn more about what you heard today. And I would like to share a little secret with you. You don't have to be a CMA member to attend. That's right. So what are you waiting for? Join us in California to get a taste of the CMA. Thank you again for attending today's webinar.